participant from the playoff last year, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. Here he comes from inside his own 5. So the Ole Miss Rebels offense will take the field first. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads, showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone, and you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming in this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
How about the job and recognition by the defense? They knew exactly what they were trying to set up, and they had multiple defenders surrounding that intended target so that there was nowhere for him to go once he caught the ball.
That pass is well off target. He got it. He was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. And the Rebels will bring the punt team onto the field. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And the return man couldn't get to it to make the catch, and the ball will bounce out of bounds. So Alabama's offense will take the field for the first time. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And, Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, and these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks, David. This one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names, you know, brand versus brand, big-time baller versus big-time baller, trying to come out on top. Yeah, defenses, I feel bad for them today. That's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
To the air, it's Foster. It's on target and complete. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. He's got it down the middle. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Gets it out quickly. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before they'll recycle that down marker. Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Able to pick his way forward for a decent gain before the defense gets him down.
And And the offense, they don't choose to go downhill, be physical. They try to get it on the perimeter. Stay away from some of those defensive linemen, but you can tell DBs, linebackers, not scared. Nice job playing fast, trusting their eyes, and forcing the third down.
And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama!
Getting close to the goal line. Great job by the tight end on his route for that touchdown.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. And as he throws, gets open down the middle. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one.
Well, one thing you got to say about this guy is he's very, very poised. He knew he had that defender bearing down on him. He got hit right as he threw it. Still, though, it didn't affect his accuracy. Nice job getting that completion.
Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Incomplete. And he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic. Fortunate to get it back. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Running back searching for a hole. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Looking to throw, it's Tate. Lost one deep down the right side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. The Rebels will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Books it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Just gets it to the 28, pickup of 1.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The inside handoff. There we go. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
Really good-looking run. You know, you think about the legacy Alabama has at the running back position. It's ridiculous. Mark Ingram won a Heisman, obviously. Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs. I'm going to go back to Sean Alexander, who I played against back in the day, too. All these guys had speed. All these guys had vision and quickness. And this guy right here, he has all of those traits himself. Just another big-time talent in the Crimson Tide backfield.
They'll snap it from the 39. 1st and 10. Wants to throw. It's Foster. Makes the grab. It's Algier. Still on his feet at the 45. Turning on the Jets. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 at the 11.
One of the things I love about this running back is his versatility. He's not just good running the football, but he can catch it as well, and he can make things happen with the ball in his hands. Nice job by the quarterback, getting through the progression, getting it out to his guy, and he does the rest, and that generates a huge play.
So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Alabama with a fresh set of downs to open the period.
Here we go, set.
Wide receiver going in motion. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Bama!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add them down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing that one.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. Did everything he could to discard the tacklers, but he was just able to get back to where he started. And the Rebels want to pick up the tempo. Looking for a man. It's Tate. Picked off. A rare misread and mistake from this quarterback. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. They'll go to the ground. Going the other way, and he's got room. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it's going to be hard to stop.
Looking downfield on first down. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete.
Nice job by the quarterback trying to buy time and scrambling to the right, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
And back to the air on 2nd down. Always a welcome. For the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
Man, that's exactly what this defense needs. They found themselves now in a hole. They're trailing. Got to get pressure on this QB. Can't give him time to get comfortable. They get to him, get the big sack. Maybe this gets them back in the football game.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Soft spot in the middle. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play. This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another first down. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Firing to the right, complete. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
And the offense got away with one there. That was supposed to be a running back screen. Instead, the quarterback threw it somewhere else. And with all the offensive line running way down the field, they're lucky that wasn't a penalty.
They get him down to this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9.
Well, the running back did a nice job there, keeping his feet moving. He was able to drag some defenders with him to get that first down.
Looking downfield, it's Foster. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And this offense shows right away on first down. They're willing to pass down here. This is softening them up a little bit for the run here on 2nd down and goal.
The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown time! The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back, knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game. And you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
It just looked like they're sleepwalking in this first half, and it's not just one guy. They just haven't been playing collectively as a unit. And if I'm the head coach, I'm considering starting to give some other dudes some chances here.
Looking to convert, they'll go to the Wildcat. Secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. Showing off the arm. Turning it on. He's got the first down, and they did a brilliant job getting them outflanked with the Wildcat. The Rebels come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. That's caught. It's Hubbard.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
And the Rebels come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. On 3rd and short, they'll ride the running back here. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. The Rebels will send out the punt unit. Here's the fair catch, and he'll make it close to the 20-yard line. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Big play to start this drive. Now they'll snap it from the 39. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Foster. Quarterback floating away from pressure. And not much going on downfield. He'll just get rid of it and live to play another down. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. This time it's complete. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now.
He'll take a shot. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
And this crowd was already jacked up. They were already excited. They were already making a difference in this football game, and the offense continues to pile on and give them something to cheer about. 27-0 here in the first half. This has been all home team.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big Ten. UCLA is currently ahead in this one, but unlike the days of Terry Donahue, this has not been a blowout today inside the Rose Bowl. They're up by a field goal over Indiana. We'll circle back to this Big Ten battle. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. Second down, he'll throw it. Got it in the middle, it's Hubbard. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Last completion got them a first down. Let's see what they do now. Dropping back, it's Tate. Right on the money. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. And the Rebels headed quickly to the line. Going to swing it on second down. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He'll try to take it back. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Alabama!
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the second half.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half.
Looking for a deep man. Makes the grab down the left side. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got us to be able to score points on this drive.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Finds his big tight end. Breaks into the open. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. And now a chance not only to cut into the lead, but play it just right, and maybe the other team doesn't even get a chance to answer. Quickly complete. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
Back to pass, it's Tate. He's got it. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
And the offense had to have a drive. They had to put points on the board. 0 points until this drive. Down in this ball game. Needed to get some momentum. Gonna need a lot more in the second half if they want to win this football game.
So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Running it to the right. Finding an escape route. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Rebels will boot it away to start the second half. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Here comes that Alabama offense. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. They'll keep it on the ground to start the second half. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run.
The love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. They send the tight end in motion. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Back to pass, it's Foster. Zings it complete to the right. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
A lot of smiles right now in this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm good.
A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Bama! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score. If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They've fallen into a hole here, and they need to start fighting back right now on this drive. To the air on first down. Makes the catch. It's Hubbard. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down. After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45. Looking to throw on first down. Using the quick game. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. And the Rebels in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Lofts one high and deep. Got it inside the 10. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Rebels.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They'll go back to work with a sizable margin still up there on the scoreboard. Leaves it with the back. Running into the open space. He now has 74 yards on the ground, and he is well within striking distance of a 1,200-yard rushing season. They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Looking for a man. It's Foster. Got his man quickly.
Now, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
He hurls one deep down the left side. Touchdown time! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And this offense is clicking. Another touchdown. Didn't have to go far for this drive, but this offense is doing what they want, how they want, when they want.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
14.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. The last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They've clearly found that dude. They score here, we're in for a ball game.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. We got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. The Rebels will try to pin them back with the punt. Fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out. Everybody right now on the same page.
Leaves it with the running back. And some room to work. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
They have a first down at the 41-yard line. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Alabama with a multitude of options on second and short. He might want another play. Wide receiver comes in motion. Dropping back, it's Foster. Here comes the heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And last week was great for this young man. But, man, again, showing you he can do it at a high level. Just working the whole field, using different guys. He is absolutely on fire right now.
Alabama comes to the line on third and short. Quick pass on the jet motion. They thought they could just run it on third and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
And how about that? You don't see those, touch passes go for negative yards very often. Usually this is a short flip that counts as a completion that goes a long way, but the defense aggressive. Saw it, pulled the trigger, came outside, made sure he didn't get outside and get to that edge. Nice job by the defense.
Motion from the wideout. Off the RPO, throw right, looking for the chains. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 28.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep. On first and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. He wants to throw it. Skips away from pressure. Wide out trying to get it in. Didn't pick up a lot there, moving forward just a few. Now it's second and goal. Wants to go up top. And he was trying to cash in the end zone in this red zone threat, but it's incomplete.
And I'm not surprised they're letting him throw the football down here near the end zone. Like, that dude's been really, really good. And you can trust him. They trust him in this offense. Great job by this defense playing the pass, breaking on the football, and making sure he doesn't get another touchdown.
Cutting it close now with 3rd and goal upcoming. Back to throw, it's Foster. Touchdown, Crimson Tide! Fit in the window for the score.
I'm going to spread you sideline to sideline with all my speed, make you cover the whole field. Nice job by the offense. Go with a little spread look. Take of the speed they had on the field and getting the big touchdown.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead and they're trying to hold on to it.
Ole Miss, 14.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. That's reeled in. It's Banks. Banks to grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. He'll keep it himself. And they'll move the chains with the first down, but that might be it for the 3rd quarter. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period.
Here we go, Zach.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
Coverage team does a good job and touches it dead. No return on this one.
Nice job. A little hang time, getting it up in the air. It's coming inside the 10. That thing goes inside the 5-yard line. That is exactly how you draw it up.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. The heat got to him, and he just sort of froze and got tackled in the end zone for a safety. And they'll set up for the free kick from their own 20.
And that's exactly what you call complimentary football.
Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover. They made the defense pay with that last big chunk of yardage. Now 1st and 10 from the 30. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up.
Yeah, and that was tough on the DB, right? He's trying to cover the receiver on a drag route, running back over the middle of the field. You're trying to avoid all the linebackers, all of the congestion. He just couldn't stay with them long enough, and as a result, fresh set of downs for the offense.
That's a big missed opportunity there, and sometimes it's just those small things. It's getting your feet set so you can throw the ball with good accuracy. A lot of times guys are open and you just rush it, you hurry it. This quarterback's just got to settle down a little bit, take the time, and hit that open guy. Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right.
Touchdown, Alabama! They punctuate the chance for a trip to the end zone. That's what finishing the deal looks like. Build the lead in the fourth quarter and close in on 11 straight victories.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get concerned, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. And the Rebels will line up to punt it away. They'll be forced to kick for the 6th time tonight. And this will push the offense back as they mark it dead at the 10.
Yeah, just playing the field position game. Nice job angling it towards the sideline so it doesn't go into the end zone. That thing rolls down inside the 10. Really nice punt. Yes, I said something positive about a punt.
Finds his tight end. And he's knocked down immediately, but a good pickup on that play. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Back to pass. Punch it out of the air. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. He wants to change this route. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. All kinds of room to throw that one in there.
And they found the big fella again, and they found him early and often today. They featured him here in the 4th quarter. Still time left in this football game. I imagine he's going to still continue to get the football thrown his way.
That's caught. It's Alleman. Oh, he's got some space. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Well, they've put themselves in a hole. It's 1st and 20. Grabbed in the middle. It's Alleman. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
There he goes. And there they go again. Another huge gain on the ground. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming in the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get two bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Rushes on him. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face... Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. Wants to throw it. Throws for the tight end. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake. Hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far.
Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance. Motion from the wide receiver. Off the play fake on first down. Got his man on the right. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. Wants to throw on first down. Pressure coming. Not much of a chance there. He just had... rid of it to avoid the sack.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with the tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. He'll pull it on the read. All things considered, he's probably lucky to be back to the line of scrimmage. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Absolutely perfect. I wouldn't say they cut into the deficit. They sort of microscopically edged off the deficit. Still a mountain to climb. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes that Alabama offense. Now the chance to take a knee and just put the finishing touches on this victory.
Yeah, and this offense has done their job, man. They've been so productive, built the lead. Listen, their defense has pulled their weight as well. But now, Jesse, you get to exhale, you get to breathe, and you know we got the W, and we played well.
And we got to think about where we're taking our girlfriend and parents for dinner. What side are we ordering with our giant steak? We've earned it in this game. Now it's time to go celebrate.
Makes the catch. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
We got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Back to throw. It's Avery. Oh, they're after him. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. The offense will use a timeout. Clock is stopped with 22 seconds left. That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and long here. Just a hair too much on it from this big-arm sophomore quarterback.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get it?
There he goes. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be 4th down. The timeout stops the clock with 10 seconds to play. Punt is on its way. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Wants to go up top on first down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them. An absolutely dominating performance.
You got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys